Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about investing in Scarlet Violet era booster boxes and which set is the best, in my opinion. But before we get there, I just want to go over which sets I decided to pick up for these investing in Sword and Shield era. I went with Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, and Silver Tempest. I think they were the best bang for the buck and potential gains from where they're at right now. So Pokemon investing strategy is just invest in the best set at the best price, set it and forget it for the next 5 to 10 years. So what you're seeing right here is actually the top 5 sets in each era, Scarlet Violet versus Sword and Shield, and the current values right now. So if you are investing for anything short term, you're not gonna see much gains. These sets, Sword and Shield sets, are like 2 to 3 years old. And if you compare it to what Scarlet Violet prices are right now, you're looking at most a $50 gain, maybe a $100 gain if they really explode in the next 2 years, but it's unlikely, right? So you really have to have time in the market versus timing the market, and any sets below MSRP is a great deal in my eyes. So if the real gains happen, they're not gonna happen while it's still in print and in rotation. It's gonna happen 5 years from now. So you're looking at a new era of Pokemon to collect, and then these to appreciate in the 5th, 6th, 7th year by comparing them to the Sun and Moon era. Can these sets 5x? I currently don't think these are the best sets yet. The best sets are still yet to come. I mean, if we're looking at Prismatic Evolution, that set looks like a banger set, and we still have Team Rocket and Partner set and whatever the last 2 main sets will be. So we'll just look at how good these sets currently are, and we'll rank them as is. So one of the most important factors about being a great set to invest in is how great of a chase card does it have. Does it have a viable chase card in it? So here we have the top chase card in each set ranked by their value. The only one I'm skeptical about is that Bubble Mew. I don't know if the price will hold. It's like tripled up in value right now. It's kind of in a bubble, so we'll see when that bubble pops. My personal favorite chase card so far in the Scarlet Violet era is that Groudon. And in the Scarlet Violet era, it seems that artwork has really been more important than rarity. As you can see, Scarlet Violet has illustration rares and SIRs, but I see a Groudon and a Magikarp, which are illustration rares, which are not supposed to be as hard to pull as the SIRs, but their value is up there with the SIR. So I think right now, Pokemon is at a peak era of artwork, and that's more important. As long as a good, popular Pokemon has amazing artwork, it has a chance to blow up in value. Now, let's take a deeper look into each set to see how good their top 10 chase cards are, or just the depth of each set. See if the value is really high compared to the booster box, and if that is the case, sometimes the booster box has to catch up to the top 10 value, or if it's already overvalued or not. So the weakest set so far is Obsidian Flames at $139. The booster box is $122. Top chase card being Charizard at $50. Mostly just Charizard and a few illustration rares that just don't hold much value, just because such a small set, easy pull rates, and very similar fate as Sword and Shield era's Darkness Ablaze, where it was the weakest set, also featured a Charizard. The artwork is nothing amazing, it's pretty bland. There was not much hype around it, actually, so I don't think this set will pop off in the future. Next is Scarlet Violet base set, $157 total value, booster box is at $110. Top chase card being Gardevoir, $31. So not a very expensive chase card, and the problem with this set was it was overly printed and extremely easy pull rates. I pulled a Miraidon with my first booster bundle, and obviously the value of all these cards just could not keep up with the easy pull rates, as you can see. And then is new Pokemon. People don't really have a sensation to chase new Pokemon. It's always the nostalgia Pokemon that people want. So, but for a base set compared to Sword and Shield base set, this set is amazing. It set the tone with the evolution, storyline, the amazing artworks in Scarlet Violet era. So honestly, this is probably the best base set I've seen, well, since compared to Sword and Shield. But yeah, I think it's great for a base set. Next, we have Paradox Rift, $273 total value, $113 booster box value. Top chase card being Groudon, which is illustration rare, which is actually shocking because, you know, Roaring Moons is a gorgeous looking card, but I'm surprised Groudon's been able to surpass it. Again, it's a new version of an old Pokemon. I bet you if it's just Salamence, it probably will be more expensive being SIR, but in my eyes, this is a very undervalued set. And also, I think it got lost in the shuffle because of 151 hype. It came out right after 151. Everyone was still trying to master set 151, so it's kind of like the forgotten set, I think, of the early part of Scarlet Violet era. But these cards, I see them gaining value in the future, especially with Groudon being so expensive as is already. It's probably one of the best looking Groudon cards of all time. And the deepness of this set, Groudon, Steelix, these are fan favorite Pokemons, and they're kind of holding value, right? So I think this one has the most potential. so far on this list. Next up, we have Shrouded Fable, a specialty set that just came out, so it's surprising that it's at this low because usually cards kind of hold value for a period of time, but this set honestly is a really bad set, with your most expensive card being Earthen Vessel, which is an item card, and gold card. People don't really care for gold cards unless you're a player. The top chase card Pokemon is Pleasant Deputy. That's still more of a meta card, and so I don't think there is a true chase card until you get to Persian, which is just $22, because the Dusknoir line is actually very playable. So a lot of these cards are very playable, like the item cards, energy cards, and Dusknoir line. So in the long run, after it's out of rotation, I think this set is going to be really one of the worst sets in the Scarlet Violet era. Next is Stellar Crown, the set that came out after Shrouded Fable. Also a set that didn't get much hype at all. People are already looking towards Surgeon Spark when this set came out. Again, Terrapagos, I don't know how great of a Pokemon that is going to be in the future if you can carry a set. We got the Bulbasaur and Squirtle. Again, these are very nostalgic Gen 1 Pokemon with illustration rares. Again, they're more valuable than the SIRs in the set. Again, nostalgia is going to be what's going to matter. So Terrapagos, you got to think, it's very heavily featured, I think, in the new anime. So are kids who are growing up watching anime right now, are they going to want to collect Terrapagos? Because it is a gorgeous looking card. Otherwise, this set, again, is going to fall down in the list the later older it gets, because more cards will be out there and the value will drop. But again, how many more Squirtle Bulbasaur cards can we collect? Everything else, I don't think are S-tier Pokemon, so I don't know if this value will hold in the long run. Next is Temporal Forces. Now we're hitting $400 for a total value for the top 10 cards. Raging Bolt being the top chase card at $83. Honestly, this set is pretty deep. SIRs heavily featured and they're all amazing, cannot deny that. Are the Paradox Pokemon gonna be very popular in the future? That's something you have to decide. Otherwise, they could be like Galarian Birds, where their value does not really increase, because you look at the Moltres, Articuno, Zapdos, Galarian Birds, their value kind of has been stagnant for the last 3 years. The same could be the case for these. The only issue is Raging Bolt. You gotta factor in that it's very playable right now with the Ogerpon deck, so true value might be like $50, and everything else might be floating around that $50 mark, which is actually very deep in a roster for a top 10 value for a set. But will there be a true chase card in this set that make people want to open in the future? Otherwise, it just could be a deep set, a good set, but nothing that's going to be thrilling to chase in the future. But I honestly like the set. I really like all the SIRs for the Paradox Pokemon. So, and it has Ghastly and a Gengar trainer card, but we'll see. Honestly, it's a pretty good set in my eyes. Next is Paldea Evolve, my personal favorite set in this Scarlet Violet era so far, and it has an amazing chase card that I did not see coming. The Magikarp, $167 right now, came out the gate hot for illustration rares. Everything else was like $20 below at one point, right? But that Magikarp has always held its value. Iono was a hot chase card, super playable, but it's just been falling down in value. But this set is super deep. Like, personally, that's one of my favorite Tyranitar cards out there. The Chi is amazing, Chin-Pao is amazing. It has more legendaries, it has all the starter lines as illustration rare, or special illustration rares. So I think because it has the starters from Scarlet Violet era, this set is going to do very well 30 years from now when the kids growing up with it have adult money like how we do with base set. So that's how I see why this set should be #1. But right now, we'll see. It just had a recent reprint or restock, but the value over time, I think this one has the chance to be a top 5 set in the Scarlet Violet era. #4 is Paldean Fates at $547. A lot of that is the Mew in the recent days or recent weeks leading up to this list. Can it hold the value? I don't know. If it loses another $100, becomes a $129 card, it's $447, which is still higher than what Paldean Fates was, or Paldea Evolve. But I mean, this set has everything going for it. It's got Charizard, it's got Mew, Gardevoir, Pikachu, Charmander, Snorlax. So a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon heavily featured. So that's always good for it. But being a specialty set, and do people really love shiny Pokemon as much as they think we do? Maybe, because shiny hunting is a real thing in the main game. But I don't know. I don't know if that price for the Mew is accurate in the long run. So I would not think this is a great set to invest in, but I could be wrong just because the pull rates are so easy. That's how I remember it. I pulled the Charizard on my first ETB, but that can't be the only reason, right? But the value did plummet like 50% plus for all of these cards just because the pull rates were pretty easy, I think. And #3, we have Scarlet 151, $598 with the ETB at $225. This is probably the best set in Scarlet Violet era. I think it's gonna be very hard to top. Prismatic Evolution is really gonna make a run for the money. But personally for me, because I'm not an Evolution collector, so there's no way I'm gonna be more hyped for that set than this set. This has everything I want. It has the starters, the whole Evolution line for the starters, and amazing artwork. You got amazing Zapdos, pretty much a legendary bird card that everybody wants. Full arts look amazing. amazing. This set is so deep. It got people coming back who were not collecting Pokemon cards because it hit the nostalgia factor. What more can I say? I think there's room for this set to keep going. There's more room for it to keep going because people who did not collect 151 are gonna come back and want to do this set. And you don't want just the chase cards. You want the whole main set, even though it doesn't hold as much value. But people are gonna want to rip and main set, master set this set. Like it's that good. I think it's the one set that will keep growing in value so far. And Prismatic Evolution right now is gonna make a run for his money. But Evolutions, you know, those people are just as crazy as Nostalgia Gen 1ers. So this is probably my favorite set outside of Paldea Evolve so far. Number 2 is Twilight Masquerade with the Greninja, $659. The Greninja is over half of that value. If you take away Greninja, the total set value is $342, which we're bringing it down to maybe number 6 on this list. So it's very top heavy, and sometimes I worry about that because the Greninja, it's a good looking card, but it's not a great looking card in my eyes, right? The Shinobi Greninja from the Shrouded Fable promo card is a better looking card in my eyes, but because the pull rates were tough for this set and Scarlet Violet, I just felt like it was kind of manipulated to begin with, and now it's just been holding the value. It's hard to drop the value now because people are going to scoop it up once it drops like 20% in value. So it might hold that $300 value, but right now it was the first big chase card, so people are going to remember this set as a big chase card set, and people might want to invest in this and pull it in the future. So there is that factor when deciding if it's a good set to invest in. Honestly, the top 10 on this set is not that great, and I would not want to invest in it at this price. And the number 1 set with total value of $1,150 and a $200 booster box is Surgeon Spark, our newest set, with a $426 Pikachu, $200 Latias. I mean, if you take away the Pikachu, it's still very expensive, $723 set. Even if a lot of these cards drop 50%, which is usually the case that I expect most cards to drop from their initial release day highs, it will still be a fairly expensive chase card because even if that Pikachu becomes like $200 Pikachu, it's still going to be more valuable than a lot of early sets from the Scarlet Violet era. So right now, this overall, just looking at the set overall, it's a really good set. It's got Pikachu, it's got Latias, Latios, it's got Milotic, which is a very popular Pokemon in my eyes, Hydreigon, one of my favorite Pokemons, the Sia trainer card, and Jasmine. So this set has everything you want, right? You got trainer cards, you got Gen 1 Pokemon, it's got Pikachu, a mascot Pokemon, legendary Pokemon. So I would say this is actually a great set. Just the price, the hype right now is just too much. Hopefully there will be a reprint, brings it down to 140, which is like MSRP. Again, MSRP is what you should expect to pay. But again, this set is so hyped that I don't know how badly they will reprint it. If they will reprint to the ground like Darkness Ablaze, the Voltage, where just so much supply out there that it just can never regain value for 4 years later. So we'll see. Great set overall. We'll see once the hype is done. So let me give my final thoughts and what I think are my favorite sets to invest in right now. So top row is the current top 5 sets right now based on their booster box value. But the bottom row is where I would rank the cards, the set that I would pick up. I would pick up Paldea Evolve first, Paradox Rift, and Pearl Forces. Surgeon Spark and Twilight Masquerade, I'm waiting for a reprint. I would like to see these drop in value. At these prices, if you're buying it, you're not going to see much appreciation in value for 2-3 years probably. And that's a long time to spend dead money for a brand new set. Hopefully reprints do come out next summer. Usually a year, close to the year mark, I think reprints or more stock will come out. So and then also maybe the Prismatic Evolution, Rocket set, Partner set comes out, the hype dies for these sets and they actually go down in value, but with the new restock. So I think that's the formula for these to be investable. Right now, I don't know if I would invest in them at this price. As good of a set it is, I think the singles will go down in value and then the booster box will not gain as much value for those later sets. I mean, for Surgeon Spark in particular, for it being at the price it is right now. So my honest opinion, I would probably pick up Paldea Evolve because I enjoy that one the most. Paradox Rift is super undervalued in my eyes. Temporal Forces, if Paradox Pokemon can be a popular thing, it has a chance to be top 5 because we only got 4 more sets coming out. I think we only have 4 more sets coming out, right? Usually 4 sets, 4 main sets, and 1 specialty set, which is Prismatic Evolution. So we got 4 main sets coming out. There's still some good Pokemon that needs to come out. So we know we got Mewtwo coming out in Rocket set. We got Reshiram, Zekrom in the Partner set. So that leaves Rayquaza, Lugia, I don't know, other popular legendary Pokemon that still need to have illustration rares or special illustration rares. So those could carry the future sets. And so, but right now, best sets, you can base on the value. My best sets are Scarlet 151, Paldea Evolve, Paradox Rift, and then Surgeon Spark. Just based on the cards I would want to chase. Greninja, not a big fan of that card, but and again, it's top heavy. So let me know what your thoughts are on this set. Thank you for watching. Long video. I really appreciate anyone that watched this far. Let me know what your favorite sets are, and I'll catch you guys next time.